Yeah, there's a lot to digest, obviously. Um, Obviously, a tough series. I think they made it really tough on us. Obviously, they're defensively really swarming, um, physical at the point of the ball. I think we had trouble breaking down their initial defense really all series, and we found success when we were able to get in the paint and kick out and make a move around and scramble a little bit, and we just weren't able to do that consistently enough. Um, Defensively, most part, I thought we were pretty good. They were low scoring games, kind of grinded out games. I think it was a tough playoff series, what playoff basketball is usually about. But that's a good team. It was impressive, their focus level, their connectivity, especially on the defensive end. It really just every single possession. We were having trouble to score, and it was we hadn't had something like that all year, and can make any excuse we want, guys in and out or guys not 100%, but they really did a good job of throwing us off.
Heading into, I mean, I guess looking over your season, just for you personally, how do you feel after? I mean, I guess you only have 10 hours at this point to digest it, but just your game, your season, and your overall what you want to work on heading into next year.
Yeah, definitely like a lot of ups and downs again. I think less peaks and valleys, but still some peaks and valleys, and um, yeah, for me it's kind of much the same. Going into next year, still working on my game inside of the 3 point line. Um, a goal of mine has been to shoot 40% from three, and came close to that. Got hot at the end of the year, almost got that benchmark. So that'll be another goal of mine going into next year. And uh, but a lot for me is it's our team success. It was you think about the year we had 2 years ago and what we were able to do. It's now how can we get back to that, and how can we have that feeling again and that juice, and compete at a high level and beat the best teams. And the East got a lot better this year, and I think as a team we got to get a lot better too.
Last year you guys start slow, you're able to come back and say like Eastern Conference Finals. This year another kind of slow start, had to fight your way into the playoffs this year. I mean, what do you think this team needs to maybe avoid that slow start and then I guess use that momentum heading into the playoffs? Was having to fight your way in there, really fight your way in there.
Yeah, I think a true off season is a good start. I think we had so many guys banged up going into this year. We had a shortened off season, 10 weeks from the end of last season. I still know it going into it, thinking like, oh my God, we only have 10 weeks till training camp, and we didn't start the way we needed to, and again, a lot of that had to do with injuries and banged up, but our focus level wasn't there, and we dug ourselves a hole really at the start of the year, and I said this a couple months ago. I felt like all year was an uphill battle. That we dug ourselves a hole early, had to claw ourselves out. All of a sudden, we get hit by COVID, and we go 5-15, whatever we did in December, and just wasn't good. And it really felt like we were trying to dig ourselves out all year and make the play-in game. That we feel like we had to grind to do that, and then we have to win 2 games in the play-in game, and our early game. It just really felt like all year it was. We were just one step behind. We are a little just one step slow, and so I think just an off season we get healthy. Hopefully nobody has some major surgeries. I know right now I don't have any planned. Hopefully that stays the same. Um, but I just think everybody being able to get time off, true time off, get your body right, and we can refocus. And for something like this, and Travis said it after the game, good teams have to go through adversity to ultimately get where you wanted to get to. And I think we'll remember this year and what the Heat were able to do to us in this series, and obviously how we felt sitting here today. And hopefully that's just fuel to the fire.
Do you think that focus issue was partly just because of the short off season, or I mean, talking to Clint, it seemed like there might have been some of that thoughts of, oh, we were in the conference finals last year. This is the same similar team. We should be able to do it. You think there was some of that complacency?
Yeah, just thinking it would be easier than it was. Maybe getting ahead of ourselves, and thinking we were just going to show up and win. And but a lot of teams got better. It was the East really across the board felt like it got a lot better, and we weren't ready for that fight really from day one. I think it was we just did this. I think we beat Dallas pretty good the first game of the year. We're feeling really good about ourselves, and again, it just didn't go the way we planned. And we showed spurts all year. We showed we beat a lot of really good teams this year, especially at home, and so we showed we were capable of being that team, but just weren't able to do it consistently enough.
Kevin, just how important were the fans for you guys at home at State Farm Arena, especially
Yeah, they're great for us all year. Our record at home shows that. Their support, even after yesterday's game, just support you get online, and fans still believing in us, believe in what we're trying to build here, and obviously we're going to need them moving forward. They're a big piece of what we have going on.
Kevin, how long did it take you to feel physically right? Or did you ever feel like you were last year?
It took a while, honestly. I remember when I was out for COVID, it felt like that was, at least for me, like, I was sick. I couldn't test positive for really about 10, 11 days. But I felt like that was like the first time I felt like I was able to get the time off and my body got right. And I feel like I was able to work on my game and get that back to a point, just showing up in a gym by myself, that I feel like that when I came away from COVID, that was when I felt like I had felt better. And it was almost like that was a breath of fresh air that, I went into training camp, my ankle wasn't right. I think I sat out most of training camp. Sat out, I don't even remember, a couple of our preseason games, just trying to get ready for game one. That's what Mac told me going into this. Hey, I need you ready for game one. Get your body, whatever you have to do. And then game one comes around, and you don't always have your game legs. You don't have, your body's still adjusting. I wasn't able to play over the summer, so my first game action was game one. And so, I wasn't the only one. There's a lot of guys that had that. And it's no surprise when you got off to a good start, and especially if our mindset wasn't right on top of all that, on top of all the physical issues. It's not a recipe for success. So I think for me, it took a while. I'm sitting here today. I feel physically better today than I did at this point last year. Last year at the end of our playoff run, I was pretty banged up. And so at least I'm just excited to be able to go into an off season for the most part healthy, and they're ready to take a couple weeks off but get back to work.
And looking at how the playoffs ended in Miami, what would you like to see on this roster going forward to be able to compete with teams like Miami going into next year?
Yeah, just that, Miami, they felt very connected. They felt like they were all on the same page. Their buy-in, their commitment to what they're trying to do was impressive. And it was something that I think we noticed on our team. And so however you work on that could be something you have to work on off the court. I know our locker room's really close in terms of everybody gets along and we hang out off the court, but it's how can we be more connected? How can our focus level increase and be able to do that for 82 games? And Miami, they had injuries just like we had injuries, but they feels like, and even last night with their arguably the two best players out, it didn't feel like they missed a step. And that's where we have to get to, just as an entire organization, that focus level, that connectivity. Being able to lose guys, go out of the lineup, and we don't miss a step. I think we're getting there. I think we've shown at times we can do that. And we picked up, JC was out for us for a while the second half of the year. We were able to win a lot of games, and obviously that Clint went down in that play-in, and we've shown we can do it. It's just that consistency to do it every night.